Get over here! Just kidding, it's not Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, it's me, your fairy godmother mint. I always feel like that when I'm wearing masks. It's like ridiculous. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Mint Coven. I am quite exhausted today. I do apologize. I had awful vertigo earlier today and I had to take some Meclizine and it has put me into that drowsy state of so I apologize if I look so tired because I am. But enough about me. What about my sweatshirt? Look at this. Let me get a little closer so you can see it. Isn't this gorgeous? I love the sweatshirt. It's so beautiful. It's so meaningful. The link will be in the description. We love a good Witches Against White Supremacy sweatshirt. It's nice and cozy, chilling on my couch, relaxing. And today we're going to talk about Orgone energy and Orgonite. Okay, so it's a Tuesday. So I'm going to try something new. And today the new thing I'm trying is Orgonite. I've never worked with Orgonite before. I know. What? How dare you? What are you? I know. It just has not crossed my path in that way. I have never like reached out for it, you know, when I'm at a shop. You know, for some reason it just never came into my line of snatching. I've even had friends that made Orgonite crystals, and I've worked at stores that sold Orgonite crystals, but I don't even think I've ever like held one longer than I've been holding this piece today, which is just like, it's so crazy. But this beautiful piece has come to me from Orgonite Crystal, the shop. I will of course have links in the description box. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous pyramid. It has black tourmaline, copper, brass, some blue colored howlite at the top, and a gorgeous quartz crystal in a lovely pyramid resin base, and it is just so gorgeous. The bottom drives me nuts. Look at that. Is that not the most delicious? I wish I could just, I mean, obviously it wouldn't feel nice to put this actual metal shavings on my face, but it looks like I'd love it, although I know I would be in pain. It's a really gorgeous piece that has amazonite in the middle here as well, and I think that now is the time that I just go ahead and work with some Orgonite. So I did want to try one of those great Orgonite experiments where they put it in the freezer with some water and see how it affects the way the water freezes. Before we do that, let's talk a little bit about what Orgonite is and about what Orgone energy is. Orgone was a term keyed by Wilhelm Reich in the 1930s. He was super interested in the energy that was produced from orgasms and how it affects organisms, and so he put those two words together for Orgone energy, which is basically like a life force energy. It's what gets us to move, what gets us to wake in the morning, what gives us verve and vigor, and what brings life forth, basically. It's also an energy that he truly believed could heal you completely. Physically, mentally, spiritually, heal your body, heal the land around you, heal the community, heal the world. So he created these really interesting boxes that you will get into called Orgone accumulators, where it was made out of organic material and metal and wood. And it would basically be like a refrigerator box that you would get into, made of these materials, and it was said to be able to heal your body by you spending time in that box. He said that organic materials and metals together created this Orgone energy in such a wonderful way that it can be forced into you or passed through you if you were working with that energy directly with something like being in the box, or with this modern piece here by having those elements of organic material mixed with metal and mixed with crystals compressed into a resin shape. Now we all know that when quartz is compressed, it vibrates, which is why they put it into watches to make watches tick on time. This is why Orgonite often has quartz in it to compress, to have it to vibrate at a certain capacity. Now I am a super skeptic when it comes to everything because I'm a Gemini and one part of me believes in everything and the other part of me believes in nothing. So I'm really interested to work with this for a couple of days and to see how I feel about it. I'm gonna work with it for the entire week and then come back next Tuesday and let you know how I felt about it. But right now, so far, it's just a great time just holding it. There are so many people that truly believe that just working with a piece of Orgonite like this will help to heal you in so many different ways. Not only does it remove negative energy from within your body, within your field, but also it calms you and removes stress from you as you hold it. Now, I'm a huge believer in the placebo effect as well, obviously, and just by looking at this Orgonite and just by studying the way that the layers are placed into this crystal and the way that they're kind of hovering and the metal shavings, just looking at it does give me sort of like an ASMR feeling. It gives me like a tingly brain kind of feeling and just a calm and focused, relaxed sort of energy comes from it, which I really do enjoy, and that's something that I'm always seeking in my life because I have a hectic life. So even if you just believe in the placebo side of crystals and working with spiritual tools like this, that to me is enough to have an effect on your body and your well-being. I can tell you right now, aside from the ASMR kind of brain buzz, I have sort of like a solid sort of feeling in my skull. Now, I do have Dandy Walker syndrome, which is a birth defect that the canals that are in my brain that hold the liquid are a little bit wider than other people's, more space in the areas above my temples in my skull than other people do, so I do hold more liquid there, and I do notice that that reality for me is affected by a lot of different things, especially the weather. I do get a sensation there while holding this Orgonite, and also I have this thing with any kind of metal where I kind of like taste it and feel it in my mouth when I'm close to it, so I'm having that sensation as well. Otherwise, it's just very pleasant to hold because it's very heavy and very nice. I did watch some really great documentaries, especially a really good one by Vice, where they have people going into these Orgone accumulators that they've built, where it's made of metal and crystals and organic material, and they go inside of it and they have a reaction to being inside of this box. I'll put the link for that in the description box as well if you want to check that out, because I find that super interesting. And there are a lot of people in that documentary as well that believe in Orgone energy so much that they create loads and loads of these Orgonite crystals and place them around the world. They place them around their properties, they place it around their town, they place it wherever they travel, believing that this energy is truly going to heal the earth and to heal the chemical pollution in the air as well. And I find that conviction just very, very hopeful, and it's nice to know that there are people who feel like they're helping the world so much that they want to do it for free. I love that idea. But let's go ahead and do our Orgonite experiment. Let's go ahead and put this into the freezer with some water and see how the ice freezes. I'm super hyped. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two little clear tea light holders and I'm going to fill them up to their little line with water, place them side by side in the freezer, and on top of one, and not on top of it like this, but on top of it on another shelf, I'm going to place this Orgonite crystal and see if the water in one side freezes differently than the water in the other side. I'm going to place some pictures up here too so you can see that other people have tried this experiment and they've had some really interesting results. So let's see what kind of results we have. I love doing water and ice experiments. I love the experiment of putting intention into water on one side and then putting a different intention into another water and seeing how that freezes. It's very interesting to me. I love little simple experiments like that, so let's go do it. Okay, home slizzards, let's go get our little tea lights and see how they look. Okay, so first of all, this is how they look from the side. Not really much going on. And then from the top, so guess. See if you can guess which one had the Orgonite on top and which one didn't. See how that has like a little bit of a pattern on the top. So you see some bubbles in there, lots of bubbles. There's this one, it's like a lot more cracked. It's just kind of like more going on top with this one. This one has kind of like a Willie, get out. This one has like a star crackle shape. And then this one has just like less going on. This one's like more of a still sort of thing. It's a little star in the middle. And then this one just has like a lot of crackage going on along the whole of it. So this one is the one that had the Orgonite on top. And like I said, I put it in so that it was propped up, kind of like hovering over it like that, so it wasn't sitting directly on top of it. So quite an interesting little experiment to see if it had any actual effect on the way that the water froze. This one just has a lot more action happening. This one, not so much action. So, I mean, honestly, do with that what you will. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like the Orgonite being over top of the water had a big effect on how the water froze? Do you think that the energy coming from the metals and the organic material in the Orgonite affected the way that the water was vibrating, or do you think that it didn't have much of an effect at all? I'm inconclusive at this time, but like I said, I'm going to work with this Orgonite all week, throughout the week, through the weekend, until next Tuesday, and then I will come back and give you a full account of me meditating with it and how I worked with it, and see if I had any kind of effects, if it did anything for me. Like most of all, just from the beginning, it definitely gave me ASMR just looking at it. Definitely gave me some like comforting, interesting brain tingles looking at it and holding it and feeling the weight of it in my hand. It is quite a beautiful piece, and I do feel like it's something that I can benefit from just aesthetically. I really enjoy holding heavy things in my hands while I meditate. It really helps to center and focus me, so I like that a great deal. And like I said, I'll put the link for these Orgonite crystals in the description box if you are interested in doing the experiment yourself, or if you are interested or already love Orgonite, let me know in the comment section and let me know how you feel about it, how you work with it, things like that. And I will see you guys next week with my final results. Have a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic day. If you want the sweatshirt boo, that's in the description box too. Okay, bye-bye.